Colin, drummer.
Yeah. Els, bass guitarist.
Quintus, lead guitar.
Aiden, guitar and vocals.
Yeah.
It's just great to be a part of it, you know. It's just the bands that were playing before us were bands we really like as well, you know. It's just to be involved in it is just brilliant, you know. So, you know,
It's
that
great,
side of
isn't
it's
it?
great. But yeah, I thought it went well. Is that it? Do you want to say something?
Cool. Yeah, that was the last song.
Well, I think it's really great that there's everyone's. It's like a little vibe going around it. You know, it's everyone's sort of really out for each other. You know, and to help out, sort of get the music out there. You know.
So it's incredible, you know, amount of work that's gone into it, and I think it must be 90% local bands. I mean, it's just an incredible amount of local talent here.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
so you know, just being part of that is a blessing for us, really. I guess. Fuck, that sounds kind of Catholic, doesn't it? You edit that bit out.
He really does sound Catholic because he's Irish.
He is Catholic
Not
though.
everyone can follow Irish.
That's right. That's racist.
Yeah, we have a couple of racists in the band as well, which just doesn't make it easy.
Only racist against Irish in South
Yeah.
Africa.
We're not racist, we're all people equally. This is our local, we play here all the time.
Every Sunday,
This is-
2 and 4 with the reading.
Yeah, and this is one of the easiest, I mean, for a small band, you know, that we're really just making music for fun. You know, this is a perfect venue for us because it's easy to pack it up to begin with, you know.
You
And
get
it feels,
20 people in that room there and you feel like you're paying
Yeah.
to a packed crowd.
and it's nice, it's always intimate in there. It's always kind of a little bit, gets a bit warm in there.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well, this was nice. We've never played a gig in the hours of daylight before. You know, so that was our first time playing when the sun was shining.
We have played really early in the morning. At 2 o'clock.
That was a fucking disaster.
That was a disaster.
That was our worst gig.
That was
That's probably more interesting.
Second to
story.
worst gig.
Yeah.
Why
What
was
was the
that?
next one?
What
So
happened that
we-
time?
Just on too late, we was waiting around for about 3 hours. I like to get to a gig and play, so even I was waiting for about 2 hours.
We were going to use our
Yeah.
instruments for
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
they weren't originally designed for.
I know it's weird now. People are getting. I mean, we've played a few gigs and people are starting to recognise some of the songs and that. You know, so that's interesting.
We've
to
just
see.
been told we need to be called Nine-Toed Woman.
Yeah,
It's a favourite already.
yeah.
I changed our name, right? Non-trade woman.
No, we just need to be called the song.
Oh, recorded, oh, sorry. It's your bloody accent. Are you rocked up?
I haven't got an accent. Only two people with an accent.
It depends what party you are, I guess. Really, I don't want to go to the Ukraine or Belarus. But,
Estonia?
Strangely enough, places
Yeah.
like Czech Republic and that's where our music's going to be better
yeah.
taken than places like
Probably
Germany.
Eastern
I would
Europe
say.
might be, but yeah, no, I'd love to really. I mean, obviously Dancy, I think we're going to Holland and Germany. And
They do,
places like
they
that,
do
so
it just about every year, really. You know.
It just seems amazing to be able to do that, you know. But
Is it October they're going?
I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to do it. I'd love to do that. Yeah.
You'd be stupid to turn it down if someone offered it to you, wouldn't you? A chance to travel a little bit. I mean, I'm not a big traveller, but I would do it for music, to go and play some different people in different countries. That'd be awesome.
Just the experience, I think. I need to get a visa. That's the only problem.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What?
I need a visa for everywhere. Just about
Why
everywhere.
can't you go?
African, man.
I'm African.
Oh, yeah.
I'm African. Not African.
Let's get a new lead guitarist.
No, that wouldn't be a problem.
That's racist.
Put them in the book, and
It's not
We're
a
smuggling you. Yes.
Well, I don't know. It feels like in the last kind of 2 years, a lot of the stuff locally has been a huge influence. Just seeing how good local bands are. I think I stopped listening to music after, maybe around after '96. Stopped listening to stuff, and then, there seems to be a lot of new stuff coming around lately. But I guess where it all kind of for me began, I saw Nirvana playing on The Word. Whatever the fuck that was. Smells Like Teen Spirit, and that sort of changed everything, I guess. And loads of music. I mean, I haven't kind of just stayed with that grunge, but lots of the bands that influenced them, and other bands that came from that. That was the big kind of starting point. But I guess music that's honest, I think, is the big thing. If you can't stand contrived shit, people are doing it for the fucking women or the money or singing about hot love and shit like that. So
I'm
it's,
doing it for.
but just honest music, I guess, would be the big thing. But I think we got fairly different tastes.
I'm not into live music at all. I just like eating skins. So.
You
I'm
do
into drum and bass, dance music. That's my influence. But I like drum and bass and dance music as well under another name. So that's what I listen to most of the time.
I think a lot of it as well is the kind of the the way a lot of the bands that I like have worked. You know, it's more kind of building up from the bottom, and it's do it yourself, and it's all that kind of DIY sort of ethic like that. That, you know, just to show that you can do it. You know, I mean, it's still kind of strange for me to look back at it and think, how did we get here, really? You know, but anybody can if they, you know, I guess if they put the effort in, like, and have a bit of a spark to them. And I don't think we've ever even entertained the idea of doing anything that would be appealing to anybody or anything. I mean, when we got played on the radio, it was like a fucking joke, you know, because it's so beyond us that they would play us, really, I guess. But I think that's maybe, you know, part of the scene here as well. The Medway bands are.
I think you don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
All the bands that are out here now, none of them has. I think we played with one band, we're not going to mention any names, but one band took themselves way too seriously and didn't look like anyone else who was really enjoying themselves because they were taking themselves way too seriously.
Yeah.
But all the bands here, they all seem to have a bit of a tongue-in-cheek sort of affair going on, and I think that makes it.
I think when we put stuff together, it's got to sound good for us, you know, and that's the driving force behind it. If it sounds good for us, then don't give a shit about other people. It's just actually we want to play what we like to play, you know.
Exactly.
And I think Aidan's right. We've got quite an eclectic sort of sound.
We've got a lyricist like Aidan as well.
Just a good context with that, what Aidan means with how far we got. Well, I mean, within the last 2 years, you know, Aidan couldn't play an F note. So within the last, you know, period of a year, really, we've put this together. So from that perspective, we've come quite a long way for people that were just to begin with interested in playing in a garage.
Yeah.
So we used to play in Elliot's garage, like, and we had after about 6 months we bought a microphone and sort of slung it onto a golf club and hung it from the ceiling. And then we met Colin and everything changed.
We were playing onto a drum machine, man, that was so bad. It actually helped us to develop a good sense of timing. I've been in bands when I was younger, very quite young, and then I sort of got into DJing, a bit like Colin, doing that kind of electronic stuff, and then got a bit disillusioned with the music that was coming out, sort of post 90s, and then you know, it was great having this drum machine. It gave us something to actually go along to, but then we got to a point where we thought we need a drummer, we need someone to kick us, you know. And this fella came along.
Their music's got a bit of tenfold since I was
It was great. It was excellent. And we sort of outgrew the garage, and one of our friends came down to see us at the garage, and she was like, "You've got to go out. You've got to take this out," you know. So we were like, "Well, if one person likes it, there's got to be other people out."
Pissed already.
Yeah, she was. She's here tonight. Today. But you know, so we thought, well, why not? You know, why not? It was. And when we played our first gig, the nerves, but it was great. It was excellent. That was at Nags. I think we've come a long way. It was just fantastic. I just love it. I love going out and playing and just feeling it. It's great. I love coming up with stuff as well. I love jamming and mucking around with stuff. That's the creative spark that drives it all. But then the end result is actually playing live. You know.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it was very strange in the very first session when we went to a proper rehearsal room, and Colin was there, and we just started, and it just seemed to click bizarrely, and we were able to come up with stuff that, you know, I've talked to other bands about, you know, getting bassists or drummers and lyricists or whatever. It doesn't seem to work as quickly, and it has for us. And you know, I mean, that is something that I really enjoy about, you know, the rehearsals, that we do have space to just mess around with stuff and come up with things, and I don't know how, but stuff seems to kind of work quite well together.
Yeah, it's getting a song a week at the moment, aren't we? Just jamming it out, tidying it up, and there's a song sitting there. It's quite amazing what's going on at the moment with us. So.
Considering the three lads have quite assholes as well, you know, it's amazing that it works so well.
Yeah, we've got an EP release. Well, last week's gig was an EP release party kind of thing, and I reckon we packed this place out.
Yeah.
Packed this place out is 40-50 people, which ain't bad for West High Street.
So we recorded that like in like 5 hours at Sunlight Studio, you know, it was 150.
Great website, done a brilliant job.
Yeah, we paid for it from
amazing.
gigs, and you know, what does it cost us? 130 quid to put it together, so the whole thing has cost us fuck all, really, you know. And
Got friends, do the artwork. Chris Wilson.
Yeah. I was just really surprised. I've been in the studio before, and actually when we all came in, it's the first time we've actually had the nerves of recording. And I was astounded at how quickly song after song, we were like saying, well, is that okay? And it seemed to come back as, yeah, that's a good take, you know.
It's amazing what that can
we
do
were like,
post-recording now.
within 3 hours, less than that was it? We
I had to redo all the bass
the
parts.
EPs.
I think they got another band in to record it and then told us it was us.
Yeah.
When we're jamming or trying to come up with a new idea, the guys pretty much know if something changes with the drums, they change with it. They don't just keep it the same and let me do a roll and then it goes back to the same thing. They do try and change with it. So that's how our songs are built up pretty much.
And I
If you don't like something,
quickly
you just stop and
clicked with you when the bass and drums and it just clicked and you know, the consent when he's rolling and, you know, yeah, I just come in my pants. What can I say?
keep that bit my secret a little bit. You can edit that out. He does it every week as well.
Jizz in my pants!
Alright, I mean we've sent it out to a few radio stations and various different online people, and some people have reviewed it and put up links about it and that, you know. But yeah, Facebook and Bandcamp really.
YouTube soon will be a video for Gorilla within 6 months hopefully. I know it's going to take a while, but it's all money and funds and getting people to do it basically. But I'm on the case for a video, so YouTube as well.
That's going to be fun, that's right.
Just need to do it with the camera, that's all. And
Do it
then
with
one
camera.
with a monkey suit. That's it.
And a gorilla. Whenever we did a real good monkey and a gorilla suit.
He's pointing at him and says he could do the monkey things.
The 6 that are on the album, on the EP, they're ready to go and they are downloadable. They're downloadable yet?
Yeah.
They're downloadable and there's hard copies floating around. The other ones, I think we're just going to have to go back into the studio fairly soon and do another 6.
Benny's music as well is fantastic for local artists, you know. It's like you think that you have to take your stuff there and he's going to put some additional price on it. He doesn't, you know, he's like, oh yeah man, I'll sell this for you, no worries. He's a nice guy, he's really cool. To have an outlet like that, you know, is invaluable. I think for loads and loads of artists here, they do a lot. Hey, he's in a band as well, so.
Yeah, Iron.
Having a month off at EU3.
A bit of a holiday, everybody's going away.
August, we've got, is it the 16th? Is possible?
I'm gonna start taking heroin.
Oh really? What just for
Apart from the heroin addicts, he's going to be coming. We've got a gig in someone's back. Who's it? Rob.
Yeah, from the Zed Stacks.
Might be able
Zed
to
Stacks.
say
He's
that
at a party
because
in his back
everything
garden.
might-
We're playing that one on the 16th. And Suzanne said there might be
Maybe
another
the
gig.
16th and then the gig in the back garden is the 25th of August.
So yeah, a couple of gigs lined up, one private, one public, and then these 3 are having a month off. I'm going to go and play in another band somewhere.
Yeah, I am too. Better band.
You'll be out if you're taking
Gonna
heroin.
play in a better band than yours.
You won't remember, you'll be a heroin addict by then.
Yeah. Bang on the door.
Does the timer go really slow or really fast when you're on heroin? Isn't that speed?
I don't know, I can't wait to find
Speed
out.
makes things quicker, doesn't it?
I'll tell you, I've got my song about it.
Think champagne, man. Speed and heroin.
Do something a little bit less harmful than heroin.
No, I actually have to do the fucking heroin phase, don't you? Come out the other side.
It doesn't work out well, mate.
I don't work for Bowie, man. Me and fucking...
Yeah, but he's
So
got
really
immunity. He's got diplomatic immunity. Because he's got one blue eye and one brown eye, so he's like a little bit immune against that.
We've got-
So,
Yeah, we get
Thank you very
something to
much.
review as well. That's cool.
Cheers, mate.